Hi all, welcome to John's Model Making. Today we've got the Titanic, yes, 101 to 104, there it is, yes. It's all about the stand this month, and 105 and 106 about the stand as well. But there we go, that is 101 to 104, excellent, shouldn't take too long this. Hopefully I'll be able to get the ship down, pop it on and we can have a look at it, and I'll see if I can wire it up as well as. The PCB is in 104, so we'll have a look at that later as well as. So hopefully I'll be able to get it all lit up. You've seen the engines running without the stand obviously, but we'll see what it's like sat on it, and I'll try and get the decks lit up as well. I think I did connect them all up, but I'll have to check again, but I'll do that a little bit later. Now also Hachette are asking any modelers give them some feedback on the models, current as well as previous, in progress or complete. Basically have a look on the Facebook page and just pop some photographs on, leave some comments for them. They're trying to engage with models to see what they want, even modifications they're looking at as well as. So pop along to Facebook and do what you want, but in the meantime let's get on with the build. Okay, issue 101 coming in issue 102, the second model support, the second electric cable for the first model support, washer screws, PB screws. There we go, go through the magazine. Two Friends with Destinies, as always, brilliant articles. I haven't read these yet, but I'll be doing so later. There we go, and the first support, there we go. So we put that wire in place there, make sure we get it sat in correctly, and then we can put the plate on top. 4 AP screws, and that is it. So let's get on with the build. Here we have the parts. Let's have a quick look, get them out. Screws, cable, there's a jack. That seems fine. It's got some heat shrink on. That connects anyway. That looks good. There we go, those are the parts. Obviously that is the panel to cover this. Basically that jack there goes in there, and we can sit it just like that. That's a nice tight fit. There we go. Pop the other end through the bottom, pull that all the way through. There we go, and then making sure that that is nice and neat. There we go, can't really go on, can you? We can put that over the top, and 1 2 3 4 screws. There we go, nice and solid, excellent. Okay, let's get the screws into place. 4 AP screws, not difficult at all. That's the first. There we go. So there's the cable coming out, and on the end of that there is a letter C on there. There we go, excellent. We'll find out more about that later. Okay, let's move on to issue 102. Okay, issue 102. There we go, coming in issue 103. The base plate for the stand. Excellent. And then through the magazine, Adriatic, last of the big four. The School of Nature. Some cracking pictures, photographs in here. There we go, Boy Scout movement. There we have the second support. So that second support just stands freely, we don't put any connections on it, but we do get another connection here, 102C. Pop that into place. That has a letter D on it, stamped on it. So basically just put it on the other pillar, put the panel on it, and there we go, that is a completed work. And those are the parts. So let's get on with the build. Okay, let's get the parts out. Again, same as previous. There we go. There's that second support, nice and solid. All plastic, of course. Well, there we go, you can see where it's going to screw into the base plate. And here. Now, I know some of you probably put some felt on there, because that is just hard plastic. But then again, you're not going to see the bottom, are you, of the ship. And when I say the bottom of the ship, I mean the hull, of course. Right, pop that to one side because we need this piece here. We got some lovely meaty screws there with the washers on them as well. We'll use them a little later. Pop them to one side. There's the plates. Again, we got this connection, this cable. There we go. That's got D on it, and this just basically fits into there. There we go. Get that nice and tight in there. Excellent. Just make sure that the cabling doesn't get in the way of those screw posts, as you can see. Pop the cable down the bottom, hold it there with my thumb. There we go. That's nice and straight. Pop that over the top. There we go. That's nice. And now we can screw that together with 4 AP screws. Here's one from previous. Get that in there. There we go. Excellent. So that has D on it, that has C on it. This is a thicker cable. Yeah, feels more rubbery, that one, than this one. This is stiffer. But there we go. That is the second support and the first support with the connections on. Okay, let's move on to issue 103. Okay, stage 103. Coming in issue 104. We have the battery box, circuit board and screws. Excellent. And in the magazine, Mauritania, Queen of the Atlantic. That looks fantastic, that. There we go, a Cunard headline promotional brochure for the Mauritania. Earth Priest and Archie Jewel. There we have a picture of the Titanic. Lovely jubbler. Here we have assembling the stand. So that is the stand, and we basically put the supports in place. Feed the cables through the relevant hole. There's a channel here. There we go. And pop them back up through the top. Put the other support on, and that is where I think these screws, 102D, yep, come into play. Excellent. Well, we've got 5 screws, and 3 there, and 2 there. Yep. Oh, they usually give us spare, but they haven't done. Anyway, let's get on with the build. Okay, let's get the base plate out. There we go. Put that to one side. Nicely packaged as always. It's got corner protectors on as well. They always come in handy, them. Keep hold of them. There we go. That looks to have a bit of a grain to it as well. That's quite nice, that. That looks pretty lovely. Okay, okay. So there we go. There's the base plate. Here's the first support stand. We can start off by popping the cables through here. One at a time, of course. There we go. Pull them over and through. There we go. There's the money. Get them 2 lined up. Yeah, there is a peg here for that hole. That black hole, there's a peg there as well as. So I'll keep that cable nice and taut. And then it's just a matter of positioning this. The cable's right. And pop this into place so we can see it. There we go. There we go. So that white out a bit then. There we go. Snapped into place. Lovely jubbly. And then you can see that channel there. Pop the cables through there. Now I would imagine we'll get some covering for this later on in the build. Might just be a bit of tape, but anyway, in the meantime we can pop a screw in there. and we can pop a screw in there. These are 102D. These are the screws with the washers. I think I'm going to need a heavier screwdriver for this. Yep. Well, that's how that's supposed to be. And this one, they're all in a line. Just pops into place on here. Not difficult. There we go. Excellent. Okay, look. Let's get this screw into place. This is my more heavier duty screwdriver, of course. Excellent. Yep. Still a bit rocky, that actually. That's better. There we go. Nice and solid. Now we can pop that on and we'll get 3 screws into this support stand. Excellent. There we go. Now looking at the stand, this will be the forward section, that'll be the aft. Okay, let's move on to issue 104. Okay, last stage 104. Coming in issue 105, battery box cover, speaker holder, plus screws. There we go. Not a fantastic lot to do, but it is what it is. And going through the magazine, as always, there's a cracking picture. German U-boats, terror of the seas. Here we have the circuit board. So we've got the battery box, circuit board and JP screws. Now these have, yes, so you can switch between USB-C and battery. There we go, it's 5V USB-C, so that's important. And then switch over to battery. There's 4 connections on it, A, B, C and D. Now we know we've got C and D already. I'm not sure, I would imagine, well, we'll have a look in a minute, see what the battery is. But we don't connect anything up. That is all we do, basically. Put the PCB into place and screw it down. Excellent. So without further ado, let's get on with the build. Okay, stage 104. There we go. There's the JP screws. There we go. There's the battery box. There you go. So it takes 6 AA batteries. There we go. USB-C, USB-C, off and battery. So you can switch between USB-C and battery for this. Excellent. That one has A on it. So I would imagine the speaker is B. Okay, let's get the PCB out. There we go. There's the PCB. So you've got A, B, C and D. So in reality you could connect them up. And there is the switch. Middle is off. And there's your USB-C. So basically that will just fit just there like so. Excellent. 1, 2 JP screws. Okay, well, let's get the first screw into place. There we go, that is it. A can fit into there. Connect that up. Yep. I think, yeah, that'll go that way. Might as well connect it up. It doesn't say to do so. It's quite a tight fit that actually. So you bend that there. There we go, just about. Excellent. But you can see where the others go, B, C and D. There's a channel, no. That obviously goes here, like that. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting nameplates as well, don't we? So that's what they'll be. Then we'll go into there and there, and that will go eventually like that to me. Let me get that in position. There we go, that's where that will position. So we have a cover for the batteries obviously, so that'll be nice and handy. That positions itself there, and I have connected the cables. There we go, B, C and D are in. Here I would imagine is the speaker. So just keep the cables out of the way. Screw posts, and there we go. That's slotted in nicely there. Excellent. We just need a cover for the bottom of the cables there as well. But yeah, we got a nameplate, so I would imagine that goes there. Excellent. I hope the nameplate's nice and classy. There we go. I would imagine it is, because this is a classy model. Now obviously they've not told me to connect the cables up, but it's entirely up to you if you do. Make sure you get these the correct way around. Yeah. Male and female. Make sure in that position. There we go. And you can't go wrong. Excellent. Now I'll see if I can get the ship on here. Okay, first things to show you, obviously I've got the ship in place. You see the connections here and here. So the screw points there and there. So obviously something connects onto here and it'll run along to say to the engines. And there we have another E, that's the back end of the stand of course. And there we have the front of the stand with just the ship on it. There we go, looking excellent. There you can see that beautiful ship. I've lit some of the decks. I've only got one battery pack, but that's how it looks at the moment. Looking superb. So I'll look at them decks closer up. No sign of any significant bowing there either. Oh, that looks brilliant. Very nicely lit up. Excellent. Obviously it needs sitting in position properly because the decks aren't connected together. But that is issues 101 to 104 complete. Excellent. Well, there we go folks, that is the Titanic back on its shelf. You can see how tall it's going to get. We have the rigging to put in place and the display case to put over the top of it as well. But she's going to look beautiful. You've seen it all lit up? Excellent. So there we go folks, that is it for another month of the Titanic, issues 101 to 104. She does look beautiful, doesn't she? Didn't have all the lights on the decks lit up, simply because I only got the one battery pack. I don't know what I've done with the other one. So the other lights underneath just weren't lit up at all. So you'll be able to see the engine next time. I did have a scout around, but I couldn't find it. So sorry about that, but it looks absolutely brilliant. And we carry on with that next month. But yeah, she's looking absolutely fantastic. Brilliant stuff. Anyway, if you did like that, give us a big thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you next month for the next 4 issues. Lovely jubbly. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Stay safe. Bye for now.